After losing to the Golden State Warriors in an intense 7-game playoff series back in 2023, it seemed like the Sacramento Kings had finally escaped the mediocrity that surrounded the franchise for the better part of the last decade. The Kings broke the longest playoff drought in North American sports, finished with the #1 offensive rating in NBA history at the time, and finally, for once, had a clear direction with Mike Brown as coach and De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis as co-stars. Since that moment, most of the transactions the franchise has made, highlighted most recently by the signing of former league MVP Russel Westbrook on Wednesday, are more signs that Sacramento is heading in the wrong direction with a roster that lacks balance and makes no sense. A metaphor to describe Sacramento's current roster, that has an influx of guards and very little playable forwards, is to think of your local all-you-can-eat buffet, which probably serves a variety of cuisines. Sure, on the surface, having all the food options you could imagine sounds amazing, but would cheese pizza really pair well with seafood? Probably not. And that's exactly what Sacramento's current roster is. A bunch of dishes that could make sense individually, in this case on different teams, but paired together would make your stomach turn. The on-court product has a similar sentiment. Kings sign Russel Westbrook. Former league MVP heads to 7 different teams for 2025-26 season. Cameron Salerno. Westbrook is approaching the twilight of his career. There is no denying he has had his moments, for better or worse, while playing for 5 different teams since 2019. Westbrook is still a good leader and someone who can provide a spark off the bench, but does he really make sense for a team that has a logjam of guards already? Sacramento entered this offseason without a true point guard on the roster, which, to Westbrook's credit, he still is. The Kings signed Dennis Schroeder to a 3-year deal after a sign-and trade with the Detroit Pistons, which ended up dragging along during the start of free agency because Sacramento had strong reported interest in restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. But with Westbrook, Schroeder, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine, the headliner in the trade that sent Fox to the San Antonio Spurs at last season's trade deadline, the Kings have a team built to compete for a play-in berth instead of looking in the mirror, having the uncomfortable conversation about how everyone fits together on the roster and developing the young talent the franchise has. Sacramento is plus 185 on FanDuel to make the play-in tournament. The Kings have the 6th best odds to make the play-in behind the Spurs, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Lakers, and Warriors.